Itagat kogeny itesetai ak tetutieng'ung nebo Kass Mashinani. Ole kakoit emoni Stephen Munyako notok kikinyochi gat ak kitiakta inendet eng korkoretab emetab Saudi Arabia ole kokakotar kenyisiek 13 eng korkoret kosubkei ak kergong'ietab meet nekikikochi inendet. Kachorgei ndegeit nekaimutu inendet eng kiwanjetab Jomo Kenyatta International Airport JKIA eng kembout nekaekchin rani ole kanyor takset kobun familia ak Principal Secretary nebo tilyandit ab emotinwekab sang Dr. Korir Sing'oei. Katindoi boiboiyet neo Munyako kosubkei ak nekoweka ole kaiwekchi kongoi ine serikalitab Kenya ak kibagengeitab Muslim World League chekibois eng kibagenge akoi kitiakta inendet kot koit kelipan silingisiek milionisiek 129 chebo nyoetab kat kosubkei ak nekibar ine chi nekiyoe tuwai boisiet eng emonotok bo Saudi Arabia.
I'm glad to be back home in Kenya. My presence here today is nothing short of a miracle. And I want to begin by thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the gift of life. I want also to thank everyone who prayed for me, encouraged me, and contributed towards my freedom and return home. Some of you, I know, but the vast majority, in your tens of thousands, was simply touched by my misfortune of a total stranger. I'm grateful to Allah for this second chance that I have been granted. It's wonderful to be back home. I'm so saturated, and indeed, I need a rest. I shall reorganize myself, and in due time, I shall talk to you.
Good morning. On my behalf of the large extended family of Maero, I'd like to say my greatest gratitude, first of all, to our government. Thank you very much. Assistance, perseverance, like it ambao you have made possible. I'd like also to extend my gratitude to the World Muslim League, who, as an appears chairman have mentioned, without them we wouldn't have got progress. Thank you very much. Then, I would also like to say, asante sana, every Kenyan, every person who made this money contributed also made us move. Without here, I don't move.
Yeah, I remember that morning, and I'm so grateful. You opened your door, wiped away my tears, and promised that you would deliver my firstborn, the first fruit of my womb. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Allah, for this wonderful, wonderful gift of life. Thank you for each and every one.
And so on behalf of the Cabinet Secretary, who is also the Prime Cabinet Secretary of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. Musalia Mudavadi, it is really my joy and pleasure to receive Steve Munyako home. A year ago, precisely on the 14th of May 2024, in the company of my friend Henry Minor, Mama Dorothy came to my office to plead with government to do what it could to bring Steve back home. Now, Steve's case, as you know, is a long-standing one. For 15 years, this matter had not been resolved. And so, even as I told Mama Dorothy that government would do everything that it could to bring Steve back home, I honestly wasn't sure how we would do it, because the conditions for his release were pretty onerous. Not only was the judgment already rendered and the appeal already determined, but the dates for his execution were already set. and that the only thing that could overturn that execution was the payment of an amount of $1 million to satisfy the judgment. And that even the payment of that $1 million would not be sufficient without the endorsement and the acceptance thereof by the aggrieved family. Notwithstanding those obstacles, the government of the Republic of Kenya swung into motion to try as much as possible to bring Steve home. Using his good offices, the Prime Cabinet Secretary engaged with his counterpart to seek an extension. And through our ambassador in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh, Ambassador Mohammed Rwanje, who is here with me, a conversation started. President Ruto also wrote to the ruler of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to implore upon him to stay execution. Long story short is that we used all the capabilities of the state to try to mobilize resources towards the satisfaction of the demanded compensation. In the end, one of our pleas to the Muslim League was successful.
Yekitestai kokokon kateunet minister nebo ripsetab kalyet eng emet orit Kipchumba Murkomen kole kiisto eng boisiet ak kirwokyi ofisaek tugul chebo serikali chekinyorchin kotinyegei ak mungaret nebo kerichekab bokitet chemaiyonotin eng ng'atutikab emoni. Kong'ololi eng taonitab Kitale eng county nebo Trans Nzoia, komwa Murkomen kole mitei ribikab kalyet chetoreti eng kasuldaetab mungaretab mayek chemaiyonotin ak kerichek alak chebo bokitet. Kong'ong kole indoi county nebo Trans Nzoia eng mungaretab kerichek choto kosubkei ak nemitei kiwato nebo Kenya ak Uganda.
This county is number 1 in the Republic of Kenya insofar as illicit alcohol and drugs being used. In fact, it's number 1 followed by I think it was Kakamega. And then, is it Busia? Yes, because it's another border. No, I think it's Kakamega, right? Was it Kakamega or Marikwa? Yes, it's Kakamega. Then you have Kisumu. It is only Nairobi which becomes number 4. Some of the counties we have always complained about are number 15, 16, 17, 20. There is a big problem in Trans Nzoia of alcohol and drug abuse. And part of it is because of our proximity to the border. A lot of smuggling of adulterated ethanol that is being consumed here. And it is very sad for me also to report that the business that is thriving here in terms of alcohol and drugs is because our government officials, our security officials, including police officers, are colluding with some of these dangerous traders who are selling contraband. And this business is thriving because the smugglers and the traders and the distributors of drugs are actually having full protection of police officers. And I have, including our Ngao officers, that is assistant chiefs and chiefs. This is destroying our children and we cannot allow it. We have agreed as a security team that the Inspector General of Police will send a special team from the national government, from the national level, from Nairobi, from the headquarters, to come and do a sting operation here until we get rid of all the networks that are perpetuating drugs and alcohol in Trans Nzoia County. We also know that some of the players are holding high offices and some of whom are big businessmen bribing police officers, bribing Ngao officers and bribing magistrates. And we want to say that without fear of contradiction, that if this thing is going to be sorted, it must have concerted effort of all the arms of government. We must get the support from the legislature and we must also get the support of the judiciary because we need to sort this problem. We have admitted from our security sector that some of our officers are culpable and we will be dealing with them immediately, and we are not transferring anybody. They will be receiving their dismissal letters as they go through their court processes to answer why they are facilitating smuggling of drugs and the distribution of drugs and alcohol, illicit alcohol.
Ak yekitestai kotesetai terchinet nebo namunetab mbaret eng kwenutab kony agenge nekikure Recho Chepyoset ak muren agenge nekikure Paul Langat. Ole agetugul eng bichotok aeng kotindoi agetugul title deed nebo namunetab mbaranato mitei kokwetab Chesoen eng Olol Masani Transmara eng county nebo Narok. Ganda kamwa Recho kole kikonam mbaranato kong'ete kenyitab 88 ko kamwa akine Langat kole kiib kesit kwo kapkirwok kotinygei ak namunetab mbaranato ole kiibelis akikochi title deed neiboru kole nenyi mbaranato. Kinyoru ripotit nitok ak sirindenyo Albert Tanui.
Kosipke ak Recho Chepyoset nemenye kokwonoton bo Chesoen en Olol Masani en county nebo Narok komoche ine toretet kobun serikali ak chi agetugul netindo maget nemie kewekyi ine imbaranoton ite ekarisiek 3.5 en mwaet kole en nguni ngandan tindo title deed nebo imbaranoton ko kikwo chi kapkirwok nekikuren Paul Langat nemenye kokwet nebo Chepkoyet akowal imbaranoton ak koib title deed age.
Aiboti nambait, atinye nambait. Tun abore akas ko kikwo chito Kilgoris ko koib title deed ak kole kikome Recho. Ko ngokakomwa kole kikome Recho konyoru werinyon nekitupche chito age neter inyen nekobo title deed. Kolenji kokereben chepkameng'ung mbaret ak kele kime. Ko ngokakomwa kounon keba werinyon nekitupche kotakai keit yoto Kilgoris koketeb title deed. Ko kingokaketeb title deed kelenji kikeib ako kakile kikome Recho noto. Kolein nekitupche Recho noto koni koleon konu kibandet akoi kibandet. Konam kong'et chichikan kosom nyoetab kat kabisa akole oba wikit agenge obwa. Koketar wikit kobirwon simoit nekitupche koleon nyon kebe kokonech any title deed. Ko ngoroibu title deed nyon abur.
Nyano title deed noton.
Ui naibu title deed. Ak nyon nabur any kabisa alele nabure komii kochobot mbaret. Tun oino akose kelelen kikoib chito mbaret kowoljigei tinye title deed age. Ngunon mbarani ami ko title deed oeng.
Kounoton komwoe ine kole matindo ole mwechin ine en kamwa kole kialda imbaret nekimiten Kapchiramgoi korwoken imbaranoton bo Chesoen ole kikotar imbaranoton ak angot kimanda ine en imbaranoton bo Chesoen komakotindo ole mwechin ine ole some toretet en chi agetugul netindo maget nemie kewekyi ine imbaranoton kaaror kole kikikochin ine en 1980 en kasarta nekitildo biik chebunu bororiet nebo Maasai imbarenik en kebeberaton ole kikakikochi imbaranoton en toretet.
Koi ngokakobochi kioni koleon aldewon mbarani ale mooldoi koleon ang'obun en kotini. Kwaman kotini nikan akwo kosiran en kotini. Kotou kotini kotai kobek tuguk chekiotinye kobek tuga kobek mbaret age. Ko kingokakobek tuguchan tugul atebi motou.
Kainenyu kole Mutai. Ela meng'unen mobondo ile kuren motosiet. Kora miten ireyu ko Recho ni ketupche. Ko ki biik mut ko inendet ko toet en gaa. Ko ki en betut age kenyini mabwoti okot ko kikiyobu tuyet nekibo Pasaka. Anyoru chito en oret yu kwarorwon kole kikereben chepkameng'ung mbaret. Ale imbaranato ko namba ata? Koleon 923. As ko kingomwon amu ko Jumapili ko karon iman anam sabarit akoi Kilgoris. Kinait Kilgoris anyoru registrar ale kamache aker number 923 kamache aker ale bo ng'o. Ko kingwa konam failit registrar kosomanwon iman any komwa kole mbaranan ko kibo chepyoset ake nekikuren Recho Cherono chepyoset. Ale koni nguni kobo ng'o. Kole kobo chepyoset ake nekikuren Chemng'eno Ng'eno. Ale ko amune sikor kobunji ako kabononin ko kikiyaita ano kotor konyo kwo komosi. Kole wonge kikile kikosirto chepyosanito. Ale ko ngosirto chito bore kobunjin malikyik lookyik. Kole mongen akane kimwa registrar amu kitakompya betunoto kitinji.
En komastanyin komwoe Paul Lang'at kole ki nenyinet mbaranoton kikikochi Recho inoton ole kamwa kole kikawal ak chi agenge ne kimenye kebeberta nebo Kabweria anan Chesirton ole kaaror ine kole kin konai kole kikonam Recho imbaranoton kwo kapkirwok ole kiirwoch agoi kobelis ak tindo akine title deed nemwoe kole bo iman title deed inoton.
Ko king'wa mugiliondoni Recho nebore Bosire ko kikiyai ko kikere kesit kokere kole tot asindan kowuny failit ko kiwuny failit en 2015 2016 ko kole Kenya ko butunat ko en somanet notinye ko kiasir namba chebo failitab kesit ko maambaken kotini ale kiwolu kesinyun ko kileon biikab kotini ng'etik konetong lo kiten keken kikewuny failit no ko cheng bichukan ko kosich kikokinde failitab kesinyun ele kesisiek chekikiamwach 2017 kinam kesit akebe Narok. Keyai kesit ko en kenyisiek chu ko kimi biik chekitoreti Recho chekichoborinik. Ko kiaku kialaisen akostogee matakoungan. Amut baorinik oeng chekiwolchewon mbaret ak chitab kokwet ko baorian kole bo Paulo mbarana. Ko en 2018 kiamwan kesit ko makina okot mokimi chu kibore COVID-19 kiamwan kesit inabsentia. Ukiano in 2020 ale kiamwan kesit on myself ko yani kokire. Osisek ng'atutik kotai ko kewolwon karit kewolwon mbaret atinye title deed nguni nelekol. Akase kemwoe kolelen nguni asek title deed nenyu lakini amuoni kotini kole fake nenyun ala fake nenyin.
Ibe kityok kasarta asikobit kenai nebo imbaranoton ole kosibgei ak Paul Lang'at ko chobokse en nguni asikobit koib court eviction order asikobit koisto chepyosanoton kikuren Recho chepyoset en imbaranoton. Kong'eten Transmara en county nebo Narok logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyun ko Albert Tonui.